All right, in this video, let's talk about this topic. It's crucially important for you guys to really understand this. Why follow-up matters more than you think. Nowadays, is that you probably notice that there's AI, of course, distractions, people hopping from social medias after social medias, YouTube content, YouTube gurus, all this kind of things. So there's this statistics that came from Google that mentioned that it takes 7 hours of an individual or an audience to get to know who you are as a brand. Okay? So a lot of you guys, especially beginners, is that they're stuck in this cold phase. They've been stuck for that's the most hardest aspects that you need to understand, is that once you can actually break through from those cold phase audience, they're gonna start to know who you are as a brand. They're gonna get familiarized of who you are. And what I mean by this is that you have to understand the knowledge of when it comes towards omnipresence, right? And omnipresence is crucially important in towards today's to get familiarized when it comes towards your audience. So when it comes towards this, is that I noticed that a lot of people are not consistently creating their email follow-ups. Okay, so I've noticed that a lot of beginners will be stuck with like 1 week's worth of emails, 2 weeks worth of emails. What happened is that if you're only having those 2 weeks, people are going to forget of who you are as a person already. Okay, like think of like this. Every person that you subscribe to, okay, let's say like you got like a freebie from somebody's lead magnet, for example, right? You got a free resource. You notice that they're always consistently sending you messages instead of just 2 weeks, because they understand the follow-up matters when it comes towards this today's era. Okay, remember this: if you can stay the longest in this game in terms of getting familiarized and breaking that cold phase, okay, people are going to naturally know who you are as a person in terms of omnipresent. Think of Grant Cardone, think of Ty Lopez, think of all these great influencers. Why are you so why do you notice that you're always seeing them always constantly? Because they understand omnipresence. They understand that. Okay? So the thing is that you have to tell yourself this. Are you consistently creating your videos? Are you consistently creating those email follow-ups? Are you consistently creating those retargeting videos? Those are the most important aspects when it comes towards this game, guys. What I just shared with you guys right now is gold. Okay? If you can actually understand this instead of just creating 2 weeks of email follow-ups, think of like this. One of my mentors, I asked him, right? I was like, just curious, like, how many email follow-ups do you have? You know what he said? More than 1,000. There's more than like, yeah, there's more people that created even more emails when it comes towards that. I was like, holy crap, over 1,000. And he's like, yeah, it's consistently getting me results and all this kind of aspects till this day. So he started at year of the early 2005s, right? And so he's been in this space for quite some time. And he told me is that he noticed that a lot of beginners that are struggling is that they're not creating enough email follow-ups. They're not creating enough retargeting videos. They're not creating enough videos to get familiarized in terms of that omnipresence, where you want to do that for, I would say, 1 or 2 years. And then what happens is that their audience is going to see you as that brand, if that makes sense. Okay? So the whole point of this video is that the follow-up matters, but you got to consistently and track, especially when it comes towards the data. Okay? Even though if you're creating enough videos, and yes, like creating videos is important in terms of that, but YouTube SEO takes time, right? That's why I'd rather focus on Facebook ads when it comes towards this. So the thing is that in this video, what I just shared with you guys is that if that one person can truly understand this, It's going to give you so much ideas. Okay. The main reason why a lot of local businesses are not, especially startup local businesses, are not doing too well is because they don't understand omnipresence and marketing. Okay. Like if you open a business, okay, let's say a local business, and you're expecting customers to come in the front door, they don't even know who you are. Okay. Sure, like sure you can get like organic where like people get like word of mouth, but you don't want to like uh focus on just word of mouth, right? You want to focus on other strategies that can actually make that grow. Remember, if you're not having eyeballs when it comes towards, let's say, your startup business, people are not going to go in towards your restaurant or that startup local business of work because people don't know, they don't even know you exist. Right? So you have to tell yourself this, is that the follow-up matters more than you think. If Google is saying that it takes 7 hours of people consuming your content, 11 touch points, and 4 different platforms, that tells me is that you got to stay consistent, track, and know where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going to fall behind and give up. It's important that you consistently see results at least a week. It doesn't matter if it's your first few videos. It doesn't matter if people are consuming your content. It takes time. And one of my videos I'll talk about this is that you have to understand the law of patience. And there's so many more about this. But yeah, just wanted to give this out towards people who needed this message, and I will continue creating more videos for you guys because I noticed that a lot of beginners are struggling, and hope this video helps you guys out. Make sure you guys subscribe towards this YouTube channel, comment below this video if you guys are liking this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.